had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars.
Hey guys, it's Kristi. Welcome to my channel. Lacey and I are enjoying a beautiful February day. I don't know what happened to January. It just slipped right past me, but I am super excited today because I'm ready to get back to it. I'm gonna take Lacey to daycare here in a few minutes, and then I'm gonna get started on my Valentine's Tablescape. Y'all always tell me that you like to see the process of how I put my tablescapes together, so I'm gonna take you through the entire process, and this is gonna be a fun one simply because I know what I'm doing for my place settings, or at least I have a good idea of what I'm doing for my place settings, but I'm not quite sure yet what I'm gonna do for my centerpiece. I do know that once I drop her off from daycare, I'm gonna head over to my favorite spot, Trader Joe's, and look for some flowers because that's gonna help dictate what I end up doing for the whole tablescape. So I'm gonna get her up, take her to daycare, and then we're gonna get going on this tablescape. So if you're interested in seeing what I do for my table, just stay tuned. Before I head out, I wanna show you what I have in mind for the place settings because that's gonna dictate what I end up buying at Trader Joe's and kind of what type of flowers I'm looking for. I'm definitely going for a more modern Valentine's Day look. It's not gonna be the traditional Valentine's. I'm gonna be using lots of gold, black, white, silver, and so yeah, with touches of red, but not a ton of red. And I might bring in some pink with the flowers. I don't know, I just gotta see what they have. That's the thing about Trader Joe's is you never know what you're gonna find when you go. Let me show you. So the first thing is this beautiful charger that I found at Home Goods right after Christmas. So I'm gonna be using this as the charger, and I'm actually going to use this probably as the placemat. And then these are also some beautiful plates that I found there. If you saw my video where I did my New Year's tablescape and my Christmas home tour, then this is what I ended up using for that. I love this charger because I can use this for so many different seasons and occasions, and y'all know I love to do that. I love to show you how you can buy some staple pieces and use them over and over for different things. So that's where this plate comes in, and this is what is going to be making this Valentine's because you see the red. It is so beautiful with the black and the red. Now it has the blue on it, but I'm going to be covering that up because I also bought the salad plates in the same pattern. So I'm gonna end up putting that to cover up the red. And then this is what the entire place setting looks like. I think it's just beautiful. And so now it's just a matter of what do I need the centerpiece to be to go along with this. And then if you remember at New Year's, I also bought at that same haul, I ended up getting these cloches, which I think are beautiful. So I'm going to use that too. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use it on the place setting like this or if I will just use it on the table somehow. I turn the camera around so you can see the place setting better. I think it's gonna be so pretty. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the cloche. Like I said, I might keep it on the place setting or I may end up setting it as part of the centerpiece. I'm not sure yet. And then on my table, I have my big hurricanes. So I'm thinking I might try to use those in some way. Again, I'm not sure yet, but I know I'm gonna have flowers. That's the one thing I know I'm gonna have on the centerpiece. So these may or may not stay, but I think they would work really well with kind of what I'm going for this place setting. This video is a collaboration with my friend Maria from Artsy Cupcake. I've known Maria since pretty much the beginning of my YouTube channel. We started around the same time, and I've always loved watching Maria's videos because she is so creative. She's always doing something new. She has great ideas. She loves to do DIYs, and she loves to decorate on a budget. So if you are into those things, you're definitely gonna love Maria's channel. Today we're all in for a treat because she's also doing a Valentine's Tablescape for you. So that's one of the things we have in common is we both love to do tablescapes. So I highly recommend that after you watch my video, you go check out her Tablescape and see what ideas she's got in store for you for Valentine's. I'll leave a link for Maria's channel in the description box below. And I'm just keeping it real with you. The Christmas tree is still up. I know it's February. We had a busy January and just haven't had a chance to get them down. It's been undecorated for a while, just haven't gotten it down. So that will be coming down as soon as possible. But in the meantime, it's gonna be in the background while I'm doing my Valentine's Tablescape. So let's go get Lacey girl and tell her it's time to go to daycare. So I can get started on my table. Do you want to go to daycare? Hey, sleepyhead. Hey, sleepyhead. Do you want to go to daycare? Sleepyhead. Sleepyhead. Oh, my sweet girl. We gotta go.
I lose my breath whenever I see you. You stole my heart, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon needs the sun, we don't care about the others.
It's the next day. I did go to Trader Joe's yesterday and picked up these flowers. I'm gonna go ahead and arrange these today. I do that a lot of times. I'll go and buy the flowers one day, but then I'll wait until the next day to do my arrangements. And I don't usually have an issue with my flowers lasting when I do that, but I wanna show you what I picked up. So I ended up getting these beautiful flowers. I didn't want to go with too much red. I know that's what I have in my plates, but I like this flower because it brought in the pink, but it also has the darker pink, which is sort of like the red. So I think that'll pull from the red in my plates. And then I ended up getting some baby's breath. I just think baby's breath is pretty, and I'm thinking I might just put these in little vases on their own because for a Valentine's Tablescape, I just think it'll soften it up a little bit. I just think it's pretty because I was wanting to go with the white, and then the only color flower I got were these dianthus that I just showed you. And the last thing that I ended up getting was a couple of bunches of just white hydrangeas. I just think white hydrangeas are just so beautiful. It's one of my favorite flowers, and I think they're very just romantic and maybe a little bit feminine. I don't know. I just think they're romantic, and I don't know, for some reason I'm not feeling the roses this year for Valentine's Day, so I like these other choices that I got. Now, I'm still not 100% sure what I'm gonna do with these. I know I'm gonna put some of them in my small vases, and then I'll come back over here and show you. I am gonna use my hurricanes, I believe, that I already have on the table. So I'm thinking what I might do is put the hydrangeas in this large hurricane right here, and then do the other arrangements in my little square vases and just spread out around the table. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know. But I also picked up these. So these are gluten-free, which I won't be eating any of these because I'm doing not exactly 75 hard, but I'm doing kind of another version of 75 hard. I'll talk about that in another video. But I just thought these would be pretty on the table in my little cloches. So I didn't get any other wrappers. I think it would be pretty if I had some other type of wrappers for the cupcakes that were Valentine's, but I didn't have time to go to Home Goods, and I figured it won't matter that much. But what I did pick up was another of these Ghirardelli chocolates, and I love that it's the little white hearts. So I thought this would be so pretty to put on my cupcakes with the pink topping, and I just thought this would look really pretty with the flowers that I'm gonna be using. So I'm gonna get to arranging my flowers and take care of Lacey. And once I get Lacey in daycare for the day, I will get to my table.
You're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world.
I finished my flower arrangements and I've got everything set up so I can go ahead and get started on my table. I love how they ended up coming out. For the centerpiece, I wasn't sure if I wanted to just go with the hydrangeas or add the stuff in the middle, but I ended up having some extra dianthus, and I kind of liked adding the little bit of color to this one. Although I love hydrangeas just by themselves, I felt like I needed a couple more, and so I didn't want to go back to the store. So I thought this was a good solution. And then when I added the baby's breath to it, it just filled it out even more. And I think it helps since these are just the individual flowers. I did 2 baby's breath and then 2 of the dianthus. I think that this just helps tie everything together. So I'm excited to see how all of it's going to come out on the table because I really have not put everything together yet. So you can see I've got everything laid out. I am going to go ahead and use my white table runners because I think this will help tie all of the colors together. And in my plate, you know, I have these darker colors, but I think the whites are going to lighten, the white table runner will lighten it up. And I did decide to use this salad plate instead of the one that matches this pattern, just because I wanted to lighten it up to go better with the flowers. And then I went in the garage and I ended up finding all of my Valentine stuff. So I don't have a ton of Valentines, but I do have a few things. So one of the things I found are these little trinket boxes that I had gotten at a thrift store a few years ago, and I think they're so pretty. So I would love to use these on the table. I think they would look really beautiful with what I have going on, but I'm not sure how I will incorporate it, but I'm gonna see if I can incorporate those in some way. And then another thing is these hearts. So I'm thinking I might be able to use this to help tie in some of the darker color from the red. Who knows, we'll see. And then I also have these little glittery hearts, which might work in some way. And then I also have these, which are gold. So I'm thinking this would work great to help tie in the gold from my charger and just kind of give it that Valentine's feel. But like I said, I don't want this to be over the top Valentine, so I'm not sure how I'll end up using all of this stuff. And you can see I have more red hearts and just a few different things in here. So I'm gonna get my table going and we'll see how I end up putting everything together.
They were in high school when they met, and things got kinda awkward. With sparks in the air, he would stare at her in class, and she would try to act cool. But it was obvious, like, ooh, they would be together, ooh. One day she said, write me a love song, 'cause I know you'll make it beautiful. And maybe I'll call you my sweetheart, and promise nobody can steal me away. Then I am yours, 'cause I want you, and I wanted you to know. He looked at her and then he smiled, picked up a pen and paper, started writing. Probably something about her eyes and how they're always shining, or something cliche like, ooh.
Here's what I have so far, and I think it's coming together. At first I wasn't sure about the colors, but I think by adding in the red hearts into this vase, it pulls from the plate. So I think that's working. I definitely am gonna need to put something else on the centerpiece just to fill it in, but I think I'm gonna get the place settings done and then I'll come back and see what I wanna do to the centerpiece. But overall, I think it's looking pretty good so far. I only have 4 of the gold chargers, so I'm not using them in the center, but I still think it works. And once I have the table completely done, I think it's all gonna come together and it won't even matter. I did the same thing on my New Year's Eve tablescape and it ended up looking fine.
Baby, I only want you. It's true. And then he said, I wrote you a love song and I tried to make it beautiful. It's a song about your sweet, sweetheart and how nobody can steal me away. Yeah, I am yours, 'cause I want you and I wanted you to know. As he sang, she started to dance, grabbed his arm and took his hand. He held her close.
Here's a look at the final table. I ended up adding these little heart things, and I was thinking you could put some candies in there, maybe some chocolates, or even some tea light candles I think would fit and be pretty in there. So I love how this turned out. I think the combination of colors is beautiful. It's kind of exactly what I was going for. I wanted to bring in some richer tones, but then also lighten it up with the pink and whites, and I think I definitely accomplished that. But I think this would also be beautiful if you were to just do the same table setting, but instead of the pinks, use more reds and bring in some black, maybe some black candle holders would be very pretty. Maybe some darker red colors, flowers, I think would be very pretty as well. And that would make it have a more modern look. I really did want more of a romantic look to this, and I think the pinks and the whites just soften it up a little and give it more of that romantic look that I was going for. And then I love these little picks that I ended up putting with the place settings. I only had 4 of these, but I like those better, and I had the 2 different colors. So I had 4 of these, 2 of each, the way that they're arranged. So I ended up putting 1 and then the opposite here, and then I did the same thing on this end over here. And then in the middle, that's where I brought in the gold, and I had these red picks, so I just used that. And I think since that place setting is different anyway, it was perfect. I could have added silverware and drinkware to the table, but I decided to leave it off this time. I just wanted to kind of keep it simple, but I think the table looks really beautiful and inviting. And one last thing that I think would be really pretty on the table is if I had some Red Hots, which I don't, I could maybe get some Red Hots and just spread them out around the table. I had red hearts in my bucket, but I tried them and I really didn't like how they looked. But I'm thinking if I just spread some Red Hots, something smaller like that would look really pretty and just bring in more red into the table runner. But I think it looks gorgeous. I'm so excited with how it turned out. So I hope you are enjoying it as well. I'm not a big decorator for Valentine's Day, but I love my tablescapes. It's always fun to put something together for any upcoming holiday or event. I love how this one turned out. I especially love the fresh flowers because it's been a while since we've had some. Let me know if you decorate for Valentine's Day or not. I know a lot of people do, and then some people don't like to. I love doing the tables, but that's probably all I'm gonna do this year. If you want more Valentine's Day ideas, definitely check out Maria's channel. I'm excited to see her tablescape. I know she is gonna have some great ideas. She's so creative, and so I always learn something when I watch her channel. So make sure you go over there and check her out. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you more than you know. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.